We are live in the building. Attitude Era podcast. Do not adjust your sets. This is us in the flesh. After a crazy SummerSlam weekend, Gamage. What are your thoughts, brother? What are your thoughts, brother?
It was a really good weekend. I really I like the event as a whole, and I think we'll get to it. And I think it ended off with a bang.
Whoo, whoo. Hey, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I'm not a super fan of WWE two-night events. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do think this held its own on equal nights. It's comparative on equal nights. I think there's a better night than the other. My personal night. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of equal, but I think night two was my favorite night. I think night two was my favorite night.
Night two was my favorite night as well.
Was it okay? So I'm not too crazy, but chat. Let us know if you got a disagreement. Night one, night two. I don't know if I want to see too many more events go into two nights. I think that could get a lot. I think that's you know because a successful SummerSlam is great, but the time you don't have a successful event, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be people like boo, and it takes the draw away. Then the wrestlers aren't gonna have a good time. But man, we'll be pleased with night one, night two. We got some things to talk about. We got some super things to talk about. One night. You want to talk about night one? Let's talk about night one. You want to talk about night
Yeah,
one?
let's start with the beginning.
Night one kicks off with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I'm not gonna lie. One, I was at SummerSlam. There was a few people at SummerSlam. Hey, but that's who I seen before the event. And so that's who I was eating some Popeyes with. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I was eating some Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Gamage. I seen Gamage in Jersey. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I was in the cut.
uh, yeah, quite a few people were in the building. Tay Rock, DNA, Lady Caution, Saga Chess, Z the Dropout, lot, a lot, and that's just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? That's just to name a few. But like Roman starting off the event, bro. I think not everybody was there. There was a lot of people there, but not like it was by the end of the night, of course. Two, I think they I think they messed the order up because after they went, the matches felt like the energy came down, and
Yeah,
you started us on a high. You know what I'm saying? But I like the match. What was your thoughts on the match, Gamaj? How you Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker taking his straps off, Braun Breaker putting his straps back on, just take your straps back off. I mean, what we doing?
this match made me have more of an appreciation for Braun, both the Brauns, because I did
Okay.
not realize how entertaining and hilarious they can be, like within a match.
Right.
So it was
Right.
good to see them, I'll say, slightly out of that element. So we got to see more of their character within this match, and I appreciated that a lot.
Mm. I agree with you. Shout out to Julian17 on Instagram, brother. We see you. Salute. SCB First Lady, salute. Um, yeah, the match was cool. Makes no sense for but Braun looked great. He had the crowd pumped. I think here's the problem, and it's a good problem for WWE. You're getting a lot of talent. You're bringing back some old talent. We're gonna get into that. You got new talent like Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, the Tribal Thief. You know what I'm saying? He came out like Roman usually have a Ulafala. Bronson Reed, he had the J's. He had the J's around his neck. Like, no, his man knocked him out.
You know
You know what
what?
I'm saying?
That was my only disappointment, and I only say that because I'm mad he ain't sold those yet. Could have made a nice quick buck out of that.
Oh, he probably will now. Oh, that you right. You right. That flip is gonna be crazy because they went. They got warned. They're the tribal thieves. The tribal thieves, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They're very him. Braun is very entertaining, and that tag team, you might as well put them as tag champs and then let them do individual things too to show
Yeah,
their dominance. You know what I mean? That they're not just side boys to Seth, and they're not like how the bloodline was, like where Roman was the face, and then you had the Usos far behind, and it took a long time for them to really come up out that shadow. I do think that Braun and Braun are, oh god,
I mean, I do
not
hope
really.
if they make that an official tag team, Braun, that should be the That should be the tag team name.
I could have swore I gotta check my phone and my pictures. It because they I know on their walkout it said Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and it was just flash and boom. But Braun is definitely the name to go with. I got Braun. Like, and they need to do a Loki moment where Loki was like, you know what I'm saying? Where in the Avengers, it was like, uh, we have this, that, and this. And he was like, we got a Hulk. Like, I got Seth Rollins gonna have to pull it off for so whenever someone comes against Seth when they think they got a click and they got I got five people, I got whatever, I got Braun. Like that's it. That's the evening factor.
Yeah,
Um, they're hella entertaining. Braun Breaker being a Steiner, he was like meant for the ring, bro. And he's fantastic. He is absolutely fantastic. And Bronson Reed, I don't like that they lost.
yeah.
Don't like that they lost.
I was actually disappointed that they lost, even though I knew they weren't gonna win. I I went into this match knowing they would lose, but it ended with me being upset that they lost, and I didn't think I'd be upset that they lost.
Did you need to see Roman Reigns yeet? Because I don't remember him yeeting. You remember
He,
him doing the running back? He was like he did
I
that,
don't
but I don't remember him yeeting
I don't recall if he
once.
did a yeet or not.
I don't remember him because I remember the people next to me was like, he's got a yeet. He's got like they was like, I'm like, damn, you know. But I don't think it'll hurt his character too bad, but I do think it'll start to take away. You think this is Roman Reigns' best performance? Woo! SCB First Lady, I'm gonna disagree with
Hmm.
you on that.
I don't know about
Roman
that
just got
one
some.
because I still I think his performance at Mania in the Triple Threat he was better in that.
I, yeah, without going back and searching my Rolodex and memories, yeah, because that triple threat was great
Yeah.
by all parties, Seth, him, and Punk.
Yeah. One thing I will say Roman did in this match that I thought was crazy, that over the top rope, like flying splash he did. You
Bro,
notice
Roman getting
if
loose like
nobody
that?
yo if nobody noticed, he overshot the jump, so it looked like he did a whole flip.
Yo, he had to. He had to tuck. He had to tuck that last little bit. Pause. That sounds crazy right now. Uh, real shot for life. What up? What up? What up? We're gonna get into all of that. All of that. Without all the cinema for SCB First Lady, I don't think Jay Uso took a bit of the beating. Pause. He took a lot of that punishment in that match, and for the most part, he was the you know what I'm saying? He was the dominant force. Not dominant because he wasn't dominant. He was, but like he did the bulk of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that that was Roman Reigns' best performance. And then it's hard to say his best performance this year, even though the new real champ here already said that Mania performance was better. They all had to carry out equal loads. Roman hasn't wrestled much this year at all. We saw him versus Solo in the first Netflix. We saw him at the Royal Rumble. We saw him at Mania, and
And
then
then
we see
this.
him here. That's it. That's 4 matches.
Yeah.
That's all we got from Roman this year. So, and it's July. No, it's August.
August.
So 4 match Roman. You know what I mean? But do you think the right people won?
Uh, I can't answer that until we find out what the next story is for Roman and Jay.
Okay, fair, fair. Moving on in that night, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss take on Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. And you know how I gotta hit it. I gotta give it to y'all. Yo, new champions crown. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Right winner, wrong winner. What's up? How you feeling, Amaj?
I think this was the right call.
Mm, mm. Okay. You might be right. And this is why I think that I was kind of going the opposite way because I'm waiting for Liv to come back. And to be honest, that might be too much time for them to hold that title.
Yeah,
When you have other women that could be, you know what I'm saying? Alexa and Charlotte on paper sounds very dominant. Very dominant. Two, you we've seen what Charlotte has been doing since she's come back, so got it. But Alexa Bliss has been in limbo. So if you're not going to do something with her right away, eventually she turns to obscurity. Eventually she becomes Shinsuke Nakamura. And people talk about all her glory days, and we ain't talking about, so um salute to them pulling the trigger on that. It keeps the Judgment Day still fresh because now they lost. Now they're Roxanne and Raquel can chase. Liv can make a pop up if she needs to talk about I need my belt back because I didn't lose it, and that puts more beef between her and Roxanne. So whenever they want to pull the trigger on that, it's there. That's gonna write itself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then
And if you
Raquel's gonna have to
do,
make a decision.
no, go ahead.
And then Raquel's gonna have to make a decision after siding so long with Roxanne and being so low in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I think eventually that storyline is really just picking up. That loss helps their storyline because you get
Yeah,
the finger point type of deal, and Raquel is going to be held up in the middle of it eventually, and when you get another turn, that Dom type of turn, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Anything you want me
even if Liv comes back, and let's say they get the titles back, like later down the line while they're chasing for it, that can build a stronger bond between Roxanne and Raquel, and that makes it even tougher for Raquel to really pick between the two.
Mm, I like it. I like it. I like what I don't like. Rashad, I don't want to see Liv going for no IC title. I think she's still in the world class status. So
Yeah,
I think, and I always look at wrestling in tiers. You know what I'm saying? I've said this before. If you're in the world title tier, don't just go to the inner because the people who should be competing for the mid tier titles now all of a sudden they got nothing to do, and then they're forced to do nothing, and then all of a sudden they fall into obscurity. Um,
I wouldn't mind
Liv and
Roxanne being going in for that belt.
Roxanne could do it. She
Yeah, I
just
don't mind
came from
Roxanne.
like we forget prior to the Royal Rumble. Then she did the Elimination Chamber. I think she missed Mania. I think she
Did
missed
she?
Mania. She did like 4 or 5 pay-per-views already this year, PLEs. You know what I'm saying? But Roxanne can do that because Roxanne is still working her way up. And
Yeah,
she's attached to a group that has a name and they're a dominant faction. So the sky is the limit. But now let me ask you on the flip side. What's up with Charlotte and Alexa? Because at one point there was a little mix up and Alexa laid out Charlotte clean. Boom. But they still won. They did. So what do you see on a horizon for these two women?
I mean, at some point, I do think they're gonna feud, but with the the negative feedback Charlotte's been getting from the crowds with like her personal life and everything getting like exploited and such, and her being harassed online every time. Because originally it was supposed to be her and Alexa feuding at SummerSlam. They were supposed to have a match. They nixed those
Mm,
plans so that they can be a tag team, and that actually worked for them, and it got her over with the crowd. So I think they're gonna milk that a little bit, before they go into a full on feud.
Okay. That gives me Stone Cold Shawn Michaels vibes. People don't remember they might have been tag team. Before it was Dude
Yeah.
Love and Stone Cold, it was Shawn and Stone Cold. Even John Cena, Shawn Michaels always fighting his tag team partners, wasn't he? Um, man, yo, you might win gold with Shawn. One thing is you're gonna be with Shawn. I'm with you though. I would like to see that. I think down the road it becomes a better story because they were champions and they had to do so much work together. But that's cool. Um, moving on. Sami Zayn and Karrion Cross. Now I ain't gonna lie, people took a bathroom break. I am a
Yeah.
Karrion Cross wrong winner.
Yeah, I did not. Well, for one, I didn't like the match because this was a match that should have had another stipulation to it, like a no
Mm-hmm.
DQ or something. I don't know why it was the regular singles match for this one, and the wrong person won.
And the wrong person won. I think WWE. If you want to see WWE mess something up, look at this. Look at this whole. Whenever you go into a third match with a person, it shouldn't be at the same, especially at this level. Outside of WrestleMania, their next biggest PLE, if you ask me, is probably SummerSlam. It probably is the summer's biggest event. Like SummerSlam is one of the original four, right? You got Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, the Rumble. Those are the four biggest PLEs. Um, that being said, if there's nothing to say, WWE, why? Sami Zayn never had the hottest selling shirt. Like Karrion Cross got hot, and it wasn't by accident. It wasn't by anything the WWE was doing. And you still like I hate when I hear Triple H say we listen to the universe. No, you don't. Because there's certain times I think you do gotta kind of block the noise, right? Because you're trying to go in a certain direction, right?
Yeah.
You can't tell me. And Sid said this in an interview when we was talking about Braun Breaker and Sammy. He said Sammy had his time. Now you can tell me that about Karrion Cross, but I beg to differ because Karrion Cross you didn't put no pump into him. He wasn't a part of no mega group storyline main event. None of that. And you killing for this man. Then they done battled three times. This man using a pipe to the stomach of Sami Zayn, which lets us know you're leading us down the street. What street is that? The no DQ street. Okay, since we got a championship street fight on night two, and we got a steel cage match on night two, and a TLC match on night that damn night two was stacking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gee, a triple threat match on night two. Um, you leading us down a no holds barred street, or at least a stipulation street, because now a foreign object has been brought in that's consistently doing. They could have put pipe on a pole, you know what I'm saying, or what they could have made some shit up. It doesn't matter. Carrion should have won. WWE does not have that many good heels. Carrion is one. The crowd when his shirt went to number one, that was all the information you needed to see. Sami Zayn was in the bloodline. He's a good mid tier guy. Depending on the story, he could challenge for a world title. I want to be world champion. Did you see Drew McIntyre talk on Impulsive?
Yeah.
You heard what he said about wrestlers not looking like either get your asses in the gym. He ain't say no name. Get your asses in the gym. What the fuck? He said his homeboy tried to watch it. He says he just can't. Sami Zayn is one of those guys, talented, but when I put you in there with Drew McIntyre, when you get in there with a John Cena, you don't look the part, bro. Carrying Cross is one of them. He don't look whoa. Now Sammy was a bar fighter. You're like, yeah. I mean, it's not to bash Sammy because Sammy. One thing I'll give Sammy, his matches are always good. But tonight, the wrong guy won, and it's bad because it was on a really big stage, and this is your third match. There's no need to continue the feud. You know what I mean? So why lose? Why we about to elevate Sami Zayn to Sami Zayn has his name. So he can always jump back into the bloodline, get into the mix. Go with Jay, get a tag title. He can always go back into the bloodline and come back out, see Braun Breaker because they got beat. He's the guy that dethroned Gunther for his longest. You know what I'm saying? He's always got an out that he can get back into a title picture. He always has that.
I mean, even with Gunther, I didn't agree with him beating Gunther.
Hell no, that
I
should
didn't
have been
agree with
Chad
that.
Gable,
I didn't agree with that at all. I didn't even agree with him dethroning Braun Breaker when he got the IC belt. Well, not dethroning, but he didn't let Braun
Yeah,
Breaker win the first time.
bro. I don't know what they see in Sammy that wants to re-push Sammy. I think there's certain times you can push Sammy because you don't want him just losing every single match. Sammy's still a good name to get over on, but I think Sami Zayn to me is he's your measuring stick kind of guy. If the crap, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna use you to get guys over, and if they still need work, down they go. I could put belts on you because you look good. You can talk the talk, cool. You don't look like Drew McIntyre. When you get in the beef with Drew McIntyre, you don't look the part. Braun Breaker, you don't look the part. You know what I mean? You just have a crazy move set, which is dope though, because his matches are dope. But goddamn, bro, I think Drew McIntyre was truly onto something about looking the part of a wrestler.
Yeah,
Because real life eventually takes effect. If I got a guy 6'4", 6'5", 270, looks like he's chiseled out of stone, and the other guy looks like he just finishing drinking Michelob Lights, and he hasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the Michelob drinker can't beat this guy up, but it's a
yeah.
harder sell.
And
But
speaking of Drew, like early on in his career, he didn't have that champion look. He still looked like someone that was talented, but he wasn't someone you saw. I'm gonna put him in the main event for a world title in his first
right,
WWE run. Then fast forward being in the Indies, he came back completely different.
yeah,
Yeah,
he looked like that was said to me too. Shorty, you know what I'm saying? I was with at Slam. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
damn, he looked like he about to beat the shit out of Jelly Roll, and it's just you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. Wrong guy won. I don't want to take too much time on carrying Cross and Sami Zayn because I'm disgusted that that happened. And here's another thing. Not to be funny, Karrion Cross has help. He has a manager who's supposed to help him cheat to win because he's a heel. So him taking one-on-one, not getting caught losses, just clean losses, is crazy. Is crazy. It defies the optics of being a heel when you have a man who's his wife. She should be making sure by hook or by crook, honey. That's just a crazy storyline. And then him playing this Mr. Sinister type of character from the it works. It works. It works. He looks the part. He has the size. He has the build. He has the promo skill. Yeah. Anyway, I'm
yeah.
back. I'm just that threw me off for the night. But oh, what was next? Oh, the women's WWE Championship match. Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill. What are your thoughts on this? Let's talk about it. You know, how
So,
Chuck Williams say, Chuck Willie be like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
so this was the first match of the night that I did not know who was gonna win because
it.
they've been pushing the Rocket on Jade, so it almost seemed like that was gonna be the person. But the way it ended and kind of how it ended, I don't know why it didn't feel as climactic. It felt very anticlimactic to where I feel like they may have given up on her for right now.
Yep. I think we talked about this on one of the pods. Her, if she would have won, you would have had a chance to do something really big down the road. Because if she would have won that title, the WWE Championship, Naomi is the WWE is the World Heavyweight Champion. Them two fight for that title because they had beef. They are interlocked in a beef with Bianca Belair. You would finally have an undisputed women's champion, something we have not had. because I don't like that the WWE still says the WWE title is undisputed because Roman turned the Universal and the WWE. But you have a new championship now. It's like boxing. If you win the WBA and the WBO per se, right? You're not undisputed, but you're oh my gosh, unified.
Yeah,
I can't
unified.
use all these U words. You're unified, or any mixture of belts, right? Of the four majors. If you win all four majors, which is what Terrence Crawford has done and Clarissa Shields has done, right? You become undisputed. There is no other major title from a sanctioning body that's out there for you. Not the WBO, not the WBA, not the WBC, or the IBF. Those are the four major boxing sanctioning bodies. For Raw, you have a new Raw title. The undisputed thing can stop. You just have the WWE Championship because the Universal is not. We're not able to get it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's. I don't know. It's just one of those things that irk me. But whatever.
Yeah.
But on the women's side, they have a chance to do that, and
This
I look
that
forward
that
to it.
would have been their second chance to do that because the first opportunity they had was the triple threat they had with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda when Becky won, but they never gave her the undisputed title when she had both
Right.
belts.
Salute, salute, salute. Um, yeah, I think that's yeah. So I think WWE got to do some things for the women that they don't have to do much, but that's where I thought they were gonna go. They obviously did not do that, and when they didn't do that, and they didn't pull the trigger on Jade, I was a little disappointed. But I think Tiffany, I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at. I thought Jade was gonna walk out because that
Same,
end was very anticlimactic.
same.
It should have took a lot more than that to beat Jade. It should have took a second finisher. So Jade can look strong at least. You know what I'm saying? And then Daniel Garcia, Callis, I can't say your first name, brother. But Daniel Garcia, I see you in the chat. Night one was great. Night two started well. We're gonna get into night two too. We about halfway through night one, a little bit more. Um, yeah, I think it was just too anticlimactic. I think
Yes.
Jade, yeah, yeah, too anticlimactic.
Now,
But are you okay with the winner?
I was gonna be okay with whomever won. I don't have a problem with Tiffany winning. I don't know what you do with Jade from here, and there's only one thing I can think of if they go this route. If they run it back for I don't know what's the next PLE.
Clash in Paris, I think. It's
Paris.
later
Okay.
this August.
Okay.
It's like
So
the
this is a
30th or 27th.
okay. So let's say she gets a rematch for it there. Supposedly, Jade can from here on be furious that she didn't win because even with
Salute.
the crowd, there's been a little bit of heckling with her, slight boos. So maybe either you make her more aggressive or even give her a heel turn. Because if anyone's familiar
Mm.
with her in AEW, she works better as a heel.
Real Rashad on Instagram said maybe pulls the trigger with Jade winning at a different PLE. That's very possible too. There's times I mean, I didn't think Naomi was gonna win another world title. Damn near any title for that matter. Mark my word, or maybe eat my words. You know what I mean? And I'm very happy to do so. Great move. Um, but yeah, 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 yeah. Jade, I got room for her in the cat. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. I don't even want to read some of these comments out loud, but sometimes Tiffany made Jade look great. Jade is not as good as Bianca. I think the match was not as good as I hoped. I don't think it was bad. I just wanted more. I wanted more of a street fight feel. Um,
Yeah, it didn't help that it
the
felt short too.
what happened?
It didn't help that it felt short.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It did too. So, and I think that I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the match. I just a little disappointed, but I'm okay with it because I think Tiffany Stratton has a lot of story you can still tell. I just looking forward to Naomi and Jade finally squashing it. Now we gonna get into what Naomi got, because we gonna spin the block on that. Now, the match before the main event, we got Jelly Roll and Randy Orton taking on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. How you feel, Gamaj? How you felt about this?
I had no excitement for this match at all, and that's mainly because I would have preferred it just been Orton and Drew be
Mm,
a singles match, and then the winner could have been the next number one contender for the undisputed championship. That's what I wanted.
yeah, funny as hell. Fell asleep.
But nah, this match really didn't do it. Did nothing for me really.
I agree. I think the match needed a stipulation, but when you add Jelly Roll, there's no stipulation because even if you put the winning team will be pushed into a world title scenario, making it a triple threat, right? So if Randy would have had a different partner, a full time wrestler, it would have been different. Because as much as Logan is a celebrity, he is a wrestler. He is a WWF, WWE superstar. Um, how do you think Jelly Roll did? Oh, we might be froze, ladies and gentlemen. Am I froze? I don't know if I'm froze or Gamage froze, but
Can
I
you
know
hear me?
this. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, you
Okay.
back. We back. We back. I was scared because I just had that little Wi-Fi signal. Oh, shit. I think Jelly Roll did okay. I don't think he did bad. I don't think he did. I don't like him playing all scary. Like Jelly Roll's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, and his choke slam is thorough. He be getting he yeah, they be catching air for him. Yeah, so but he took a splash from Logan Paul, boy. What? Um, yeah, it probably did knock the wind out of him a little bit. He probably was like, you know what I'm saying? Because damn, and Logan Paul never disappoints, and I don't even like cheering for this dude. But god damn it, I know when he's on the card, it's gonna be some shit. And Drew Mack, he posed with Drew Mack. Set that was set up wonderfully. You know what I'm saying? To look apart.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Logan Paul's a natural cocky son of a bitch. Daniel Garcia, yeah, 100%. I like it. I don't. I think as a person, he just irritates me a little bit. But I mean, I cannot knock his what he has done in wrestling. I don't care. I remember him and Ronda had a little back and forth, and she was saying if she would have had the time to prepare, whatever. I don't know about all that, and I don't care. All I know is this: when the bell rings, Logan's on it. Logan's on it. He looks great. He's one of their most athletic people on that roster. Him, Montez Ford. Um, there's a couple others off the top of my head. I just can't think of them. But him and Montez like jump off the page in my brain, right off the rip. Ray Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? Like there's just a couple guys that just
Yeah.
off the page. So yeah, I ain't. Does Jelly Roll come back? Does he get more matches? Are we looking at a bigger Jelly Roll role in the WWE? Does he do more?
I think he probably does, but it doesn't mean I care if he does or not.
Okay, okay. I think he does. I think WWE is going to keep drawing people who, if you got 10 million followers or blah blah blah, whatever, right? And you want to wrestle because we're starting to see it. I know we've talked about it felt like the downside of wrestling, but now we're seeing the ripple effect. Like even if wrestling is starting to come down as far as like creativity and because the bloodline thing is so crazy, but now you have the Judgment Day, the new Seth Rollins faction. Uh Solo Sikoa's got a bloodline that's MTF, you know what I'm saying? Like now we're just repeating the story everywhere else. So even if it's declining creatively, the ripple effect is people who just got hip to it are being pulled in. And we see this with Travis Scott. I mean, in the last few years, Travis Scott, Logan Paul, Jelly Roll. These are people who have actively got in the ring and took part in a major event, like wrestled. Like obviously Logan, cool. Jelly Roll just did SummerSlam. Travis Scott fucked up Mania, and you know what I'm saying. He's part of he's a part of one of the greatest heel turns in history. I mean, top five. And I hate saying that shit, but
Yeah, and he
even though they took
still
him off WWE 2K,
and he still looks like he ain't fit in that whole thing.
oh, he'll never look it. One, he's too small. He didn't last. That's another thing. He didn't last. Even if his stature isn't like, you know what I'm saying, brolic, he didn't last. You know what I'm saying? If Dominic Mysterio would have been in that picture, Dominic Mysterio is not a brolic dude, but Dominic Mysterio has been in WWE for like 18 years, bro. Dominic Mysterio has mad tenure right now. Like people don't realize. Like, remember he was 7 or 8 when he came in. Well,
Yeah,
he's 28 now. He's 27 or 28. That
28.
man got 20 years in the business, bro.
But here's the other thing with Dom compared to Travis. Dom can find a way to appear like he fits in the scene, even if Travis was got bigger in muscle or whatever the case may be. He still wouldn't look like he fits in.
Right. I agree with that statement. I 100% agree. 100%. Yeah, it ain't just about the that could help, but yeah, Dom knows the positioning. He knows where to be, and I'm only
Right.
using that because Dom is small in stature, but Dom is big in wrestling. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Oh
Hmm.
my god, night 2 was crazy. Fucking bananas. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you crazy? God, that's anyway, I get excited. You know what I'm saying? This is my first event in a long, long time. So it was like, and I flew it out. You know what I'm saying? So I flew it out. You know what I mean? Um, Punk. Oh, I should have had a better intro. Just Gunther, CM Punk. That Gunther, CM Punk. What are your thoughts on this? And this is where I think this podcast goes.
I think the main event in terms of the impact saved night one.
I would agree. I would agree. And I also think the match was slow,
Oh,
very
it was
slow.
it was very slow. I didn't start really liking the match until maybe towards the last 4 to 5 minutes.
When CM Punk got his second win.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was said to me. Now, mind you, my plus one is not a wrestling fan. So she was watching with open eyes, asking questions, blah, blah, blah. So when I hear her say certain things, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much betting that the casual wrestling fan or less than casual feels very similar to how she feels.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because again, she was like, this is going too slow. But it's like Gunther works so hard. It's not like I was explaining. I was like, yo, when you get chopped, let me slap you in the meat. Right? Not you. This is what I told her. You know what I mean? And I don't recommend everybody say that to their plus one. However, but no, I was like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where they take the chop. But that shit is lethal. Tay Rock talked about that. If you go back, I think to like 2 weeks ago or a week ago to our Monday Night Raw recap, or it
yeah,
was Tuesday, Rock joined us. Rock got some shit in store for wrestling, bro. I'm telling you. But yeah, that shit is brutal, bro. That I mean, you somebody, period. Just reverse knife hand, chop your hand. You can feel this thing on two sides. This part sting depending on if you how you you know what I'm saying? And then this feel it. And I know Jelly Roll is a perfect Floyd. You want to see the game? I forgot the WrestleMania, but just Google it. Big Show versus Floyd Mayweather. Back when Big Show
yikes! And he just heard, yeah,
he open hand palm slap your shit, and you see the disdain on Floyd's face and how they pulled him out. Like he was
See,
Hey.
you know what Gunther match I like to show people? It's a great
Mm.
match, but I like to show it to them in terms of the chops that were in that match. Him and Elijah Dragunov when they were fighting for the NXT UK belt.
Oh, yeah. That's an
What?
yeah. And Vinny, shout out to Vinny Andrade. You know what I'm saying? He's usually in the chat. He'll probably be here later. Salute, good brother. I see you. I see you riding too. I see you riding. Um, he's definitely calling him for him to come back from injury. I don't know if he'll get the push, but Ilya and Dragunov wrestle. He's very entertaining. So
Yeah.
that being said, styles make fights. I don't think CM Punk versus Gunther is. I would have told you differently prior to, but after watching it, I was okay with it. But after hearing my plus one speak the way she spoke on it, because she was like, after watching Randy Orton, because you know what it is? It's the spots. You put that match, which is a hard hitting, you know what I'm saying? Not really, it wasn't even chain wrestling. It was just hard hitting, brutality. After a spot fest, a fast paced spot fest, it's hard. It's hard. So I was gonna say that one with the triple threat with him and Sheamus and Drew. Hey, First Lady, shout out. That's a good choice too.
It is.
That's a good one too. You know, whenever Sheamus is in the building, Drew, Gunther, like you getting some hard hitting matches. Pete Dunne, yeah, you getting some hard hitting matches.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, we get a CM. How happy were you, or were you happy when the winner CM Punk? Hey, Gunther spitting for that first go to sleep. Booth. He spit, looked like a tooth got knocked out.
Mm.
Good sell, brother. But he didn't go down. But he got a second. And then he went down. How happy were you for CM Punk winning? And my voice kind of cracked on it. I'm gonna and there you go. There you
No, I enjoyed CM Punk winning, and I didn't think they were going to put the belt on him because I thought we were going to get a false finish. That was my expectation, and I
go.
also did enjoy how Gunther sold the loss compared to how he sold it for Jay at Mania. If Jay had a similar finish, not saying do the GTS, but like a similar finish to how Punk and Gunther ended, his moment would have been so much better.
Yes, the people. I don't know if I know WWE knows because they got too many people way smarter about wrestling than me working back there in gorilla position and work by gorilla position and all. Why would you let Jey Uso do a submission hold? No one sees it coming. The match just abruptly ends. Gunther tapped way too quick, so it didn't give people a chance to even get into it. Versus that 1, 2, because it's like, is he gonna kick out? Is he not gonna
Yeah,
kick out? Oh, it's the ride. It's the fastest. It is the best ride in all of sports entertainment. Is the 1, 2, 3 count. Period. That's why Bret Hart could be as great as he is, and he never got the pops that so many different. Bret Hart has 2 finishers: sharpshooter and a quick, sneaky ass roll up pin. He always, if he pinned you, he rolled you up. He like played dead, and then remember how he got Diesel at some Survivor Series? Like he always did that. You can't find him with a second finisher. He don't have one. It's the quick, it's the sneaky roll up. But that 1, 2, 3, it means the world to people. When we get into night 2, there's a match we're gonna talk about where we're like, oh, you know, WrestleMania, I think it was 30, where Undertaker lost. You wanted that kick out. And when it didn't happen with Brock, you're like, oh, snap. What did I just see? So WWE robbed Jey Uso a little bit on that, going back. But they ain't
yeah.
robbed Punk. Or did they? Or did they? Uh, Hey, hey, the,
Hey,
and I told my +1. I called it. I I've been saying it on here. I've said it. I said it to my mans when I made my little purchases at the snack shop. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, Seth Rollins, if it's all a hoax, that would be a beautiful cash in. Hey,
uh,
it's a music hit.
we got to play that for the one time. Hold on.
I'm gonna play it. I can't hear it. I don't. Can y'all hear it?
Y'all can hear it?
I just heard it, but now I don't hear it. But that could be because I'm on chat. I'm like, no. If you mute your mic, we all ain't hearing it.
Oh, no, I just
Oh,
stopped it
she said she
now.
can hear it.
Oh, they
Okay,
heard it. Okay, okay.
yeah, brother. Fire, fire, fire. And my man came out. I said, oh, he's letting Punk know because he was definitely hurt. He came out on crutches. He's letting Punk know when I get better, I'm taking that title. And then he walked back on his crutches. But then the most amazing thing happened. My man stopped and dropped the fucking crutches.
He gave him the
My man turned around.
He gave him the Charlie Clips. Psych. I lied.
Yeah. Hey, I was going crazy. I was going crazy. I was so happy when that joint happened.
Man.
You, I,
Now,
I've been
I
confusing night one
know,
and night two.
like, I know there's some people that were mad that the thing with Seth picking Punk because it's like they feel like it's dragging. To me, this is great storytelling long term. They both
Oh,
told each other, as long as I'm here, I'm gonna make sure you don't become champion or don't hold that belt for a long period of time.
facts.
Seth kept his word.
You know, and you know what's the best part? I mean, because sometimes because their first match was at the Netflix.
Yeah.
That was their first match. I'm trying to these videos get so confusing. Oh man, that thing hit so crazy, bro.
And that stage was
That
crazy.
thing was so crazy. Yo, exploded. Explode. I'll never forget that. Like, yo, absolutely adored it. CM Punk takes the knee brace off, runs down there, stops the ref from walking. He didn't come out there with a ref. He stopped the ref from walking back. That was
Yeah.
initially from the Gunther match. Like, hey, tap her, hey, bring that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. We got work to do. Come on. What John
Yeah.
Cena always say? Come on, Stu.
Shift's not over. Get back over here.
Hey, shift's not over. Hey, hey. Hey, Real Rashad, absolutely. Punk's title reign was shorter than Drew McIntyre's. Guess what? I bet you that's gonna come up in the future when you're looking for opponents for Punk. Even though Drew went to SmackDown, I wouldn't be surprised if they rehashed that because their 2024 was crazy.
Yeah. Drew already said something about that too on his social media.
That was about the end of night one. That made me a truly happy camper. They put that as the key. When Paul Heyman hugged Seth Rollins and they looked over his body, and then Braun came back out and they looked over my man's body. Nasty work. Nasty work. I love it though. Absolutely love it. That was the end of night one. Do, Let me ask you a question. Was that the right? in your mind, was that the right call? Was the cash in the right thing?
100%. This was done in my mind to perfection.
Mm, mm. I agree. Seth Rollins is on he's on a podcast already talking about it. He said for 3 weeks he went out everywhere. He said he went out to dinner with Bianca and Montez Ford, and he went out on crutches. Dropped his
Yeah,
daughter off to school with crutches, or at the daycare, or whatever, with crutches. He never wavered. That's when people say kayfabe is dead. They ain't seen Seth Rollins.
yeah. You know the
Seth Rollins,
kayfabe. You know the kayfabe was real when he lied to his own students in his wrestling school about it.
yeah, yeah. Again, he salute to Seth Rollins, bro, and everything he got. Um, man, it made my night, and I'm mad to see Punk lose. But that rivalry right there, but now we got to talk about night two.
I do want to say this one thing about night one before we get to night two.
Mhm.
Ultimately, I don't feel like we needed every match in night one. You could have given me, well, because it's Roman, the tag team match, Braun Roman J, and the main
Mhm.
event. And what was that other match? Um,
Randy Orton and Jelly Roll,
well, yeah, because you have to.
Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn carrying Cross.
Yeah, you could have just given me those two matches and then the women's title match because it's a title match. That could have been the night one for SummerSlam. That could have been the event for me.
I'm not. Hey, bro, I hear you. I do think the order was a little bit. Hey, Papa Rain, salute to you, brother. You had a torn ACL before. Ooh, ooh, I feel for you, but I was fooled a little bit too. I was hoping, and I was right in my hope. Uh, I do feel like night one, the order was that I was there. Night
Yeah.
one, energy sucked out of the room after Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Even though it was a good match with Charlotte, it's just you started like it's like you can start too high. You start with two of your biggest draws, and then two of your biggest up and comers.
Well, the problem with that was apparently Roman had to leave early. That's why they moved it as the first match on the card. It was supposed to be Tiffany and Jade starting off the show.
They should start with Sammy and Karrion. There's no implications. There's no stipulation added. It's their rubber match, but no one cares because WWE didn't put enough care to give them a stipulation. Thank God they put it on the PLE. But after watching Street Profits do back to back to back to back SmackDowns before the PLE, that could have been done on a SmackDown. Wouldn't have bothered anybody. So
I could
yeah,
have, and
I
not
think that should have been
to
the match.
yeah, and not to like go to this match. I'm just making a point, and then we'll talk about it later on. But Dom and AJ in night two, that was the only regular singles match on that card. Granted, it was for the title. It was a regular singles match, and that was a fun match.
Yes, sir.
It
Yes, sir.
was.
We definitely get into it.
Yeah.
Oh, now night two. Let's talk about night two. Boom. So we switched. Night one, we was all bright white. Night two, we done switched over, y'all. We done went to the dark side. And we have to. Because there's some things that we need to speak about. You know what I'm saying? Night two. Let's get into it. All right. Let me go into my highlights and my notes of quotes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that was all the matches? Oh, they did open with Naomi.
They did. The triple threat
They
was
did
the first
open with
match.
Naomi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't forget about the match, but I forgot they opened because I remember I was getting my snack. I was getting my schnitzel during
Yeah.
that time. And I was like, man, I don't want to be sitting there. And that sun was beat. Man, night two beat the shit. You might not be able to. You see my tan? You can see my tan? No? Okay. Well, um, Naomi, Rhea, and Io Sky, how you feel about it? Triple threat match. What up? Rajwanti. I can't. I'm hold on. You know what I mean? Um, Rhea, Io, Naomi, Rhea, Rhea. I almost said Rhea retained. Rhea really. Do you think Rhea should have won?
No,
Okay, let me,
I'll
you don't
I'll
have
get
to.
into
I'm doing this.
no, and I'm gonna get into why. And well. First off, I love all three women in this match. All three of them.
Me
All three. The thing is, it's not even Rhea and it's not even Io. Let Naomi cook with this title run. Give her some time. If she had lost it, honestly, I think the place would have been pissed.
Mm,
Because even when ever since Naomi has been heel, got the briefcase till now, she has not been booed.
nope, she hasn't. You're right.
No, and in SummerSlam, that crowd, she got a nice pop.
You think what up, Big Black? What up? What up? What up? Since we just concluded night one, I rate night one a 7.5. Right now, I wasn't displeased with it. Now night two, I'm gonna give you my final rating on night two, and the end of night one saved bumped that score up. Night two, I see what you're saying about if Naomi would have lost. Going back to the Jade Tiffany Stratton match when Jade lost, I assumed Naomi was gonna lose, and they weren't gonna do a Naomi versus Jade title for title to make an understanding. Like my brain
Yeah,
automatically started putting that together, even though they never told us that. It's the way my brain works. Um,
yeah. See, when I thought Jade lost, I didn't think of it that way. I looked at the match as if Jade wins, then WWE thinks she's ready to be a champion. If she loses, they may not feel she's ready yet. She'll be champion someday, but they may not think she's ready yet. That's how I took that.
hey man, don't trip. I used to say the same thing about Jake Roberts ravishing where Groot and Mr. Perfect. Never happened. WWE may not ever pull the string. Uh, you know, uh, but I look forward to it because I think she's too popular of a name in the women's division to not have a world title reign.
Yeah, and
Um,
arguably,
even
she may have the best look. Arguably,
oh yeah, oh yeah, and her outfits are top tier, bro. She is loved. There's a lot of people. You heard Cardi B yelling at her, "Get
yeah,
up, get up." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people really rock heavy with Jade, and I do think she'll have another title run. I don't even think WWE doesn't think she's. I know people will always point out her shortcomings. It's easy to do it, so I'm not right now at least. But I'm gonna say this: I think they just let her lose to throw people off
that's
because she was a
possible
heavy
too.
favorite. You know what I'm saying? She was a heavy favorite, and to put some surprise in the night, ha ha, and still. So salute to Tiffany Stratton winning, but I should have never made it have a bearing on Naomi because now Naomi, I went in that match, and when Naomi Rhea got dropped Io with a rip tie, pulled her up for the pin, and then here came Naomi real quick, swooped in. One, two, three. Naomi pins Rhea Ripley. And then hightails it up out of there. She's like, shit, let me get this belt and let me shake. Let me go find Jimmy Uso, my husband. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at it.
Oh, you know what?
Mad at it.
Shout out to her. Shout out to Naomi's dad. He was playing the guitar in her performance.
Yes. Hey, these are the parts of times where, to be honest, bro, sometimes wrestling is just emotional. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna get super emotional about nothing because it's not my family and stuff, whatever. But I love to see stuff like that because, like, yo, this is a big stage. You know what I mean? Like, there are 60,000 people, 40,000 people somewhere. I think they read the numbers. I forgot. I got the screenshot in my phone, but I was there, and I could tell you there's probably between 40 to 50,000, 40 to 55,000, if I had to guess. Literally looking at, whoo, especially night two. Night two, people was Me and my plus one was talking about that. Night one, even though they started the night off with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, lots of empty seats. Night two, to start off, it looked like we went right into night two, like as if there was no 24-hour difference. Like people just filled out the arena. It was damn near packed from the jump street. So, hey, hey, they, whoo, I don't know if leading off with mega matches is a good thing for WWE, but it seems like it paid off for night two. It seems like it paid off for night two,
Yeah,
just off visuals. Um, but it is what it is. Where does Io Sky go from here? Is she still gonna be in a title picture? Do you think she should go and pursue one of the mid tier titles? Because her stock is still up there.
it is. Now I've been seeing a lot of like fan videos and stuff like after matches they don't film out. They've been showing
Mhm.
a lot of Io and Rhea like their friendship and being cool with each other.
Right.
So I would not be surprised, and I'm not saying they're gonna do this or they should do it. I wouldn't be
Sorry, I'm about
surprised
to
if they
order
try
these
to put
wings
them.
for Raw tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make them a tag team.
Ooh.
I would not be surprised. And in hindsight, it kind of helps
Ooh.
people complaining about Rhea being in the title picture too much, which I kind of feel like she took a break from that, but it is what it is. It puts her away from that for a bit. And then with Io, I can't remember the last time Io really chased the tag titles or has been a tag champion in the main roster. So honestly, a Rhea and Io team and then the merch, that could go crazy.
Brother, you hit a nail on the head. I never heard you speak on it. So I see Marley Cobra. Marley, what up? What up? What up? I see you in the chat, good sir. Um, so here's where I was about to go with that. Once you said it, you dropped the bomb, and I don't know if you can peep. Io and Rhea make become wonder they're at the tag team picture, kind of like what Marley says right there. But also, and remember the women's division, there's only one set of tag titles for brands: SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. That's a crazy match to go into Survivor Series with. If you talk about Io Sky and Rhea Ripley taking on Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, that's a fucking
That's a big money
you
match.
shitting me. That's a headline of a night. To be honest, shit. I'm not saying I'll fly out to see it. I'm not trying to flued out. I'm not trying to be flued out. But I'm definitely watching. I'm definitely spending the bread. There's money to be made there. Io and Rhea, Io Ripley or Rhea Sky is a great little twist name for them, and you just combine their things. I would love to see that. Damn, my brain. I hate when I hate when you drop a good ass idea like that, and now I gotta think about that shit and watch Raw. And now I'm hoping, I'm hoping. You know what I mean? But salute to you, good sir. That's a fire idea. Woo,
I think that would be a good course of action to go with because right now it's going to be Naomi and Stephanie next.
hang on to your hats, people, because that's gonna be some. WWE can always change directions. That's one thing they're good at doing. I ain't gonna lie. They pivot well. They pivot well. Real Rashad Io was a tag team champ when she was in Damage Control. Was it with Kyrie Zane? Brutality Control. Mike McCullough. When y'all do the memberships, I gotta throw y'all up on screen. I love it. Brutality Control is not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
I kind of fuck with that heavy. Mike with the good ideas. No, with Dakota Kai. Forgot about Dakota. That fast.
Yeah,
Um,
that means that was a while ago.
well, since we talk about tag teams, there was a TLC, and that was the next match. The men's, and they ran it back, bro. Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the winner and outcome? The Wyatt Six winning and retaining.
Um, I already felt like they were gonna win the match anyway because they just got the belts. But if it wasn't gonna be them, the two teams I would have been okay with winning it were the Street Profits because they never got that big PLE moment for like to win a big match, and Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
I don't want to see Andrade and Ray Phoenix win, bro. As long as I know in another universe there was Penta and Ray Phoenix, I don't want to see Andrade. And they're actually good, Andrade and Ray Phoenix. But
See, I say Andrade and Ray Phoenix because if they're not tag champions, I just don't think they're gonna use them.
okay, okay, I see that. Um, okay, I'm not even gonna be mad at.
Because I'm not too concerned about Ray Phoenix because if things goes to the worst for him, they're gonna just pair him with Penta. We all know that. But Andrade, it's been what nearly a year now they've had him. What have they done with him really besides him and Melo's feud?
You're right. Okay, I'll go with that. I will say this though. I thought Street Profits going in. My dark horse to win that match was Fraxium because they were white hot in NXT. Why not? You know, um, I didn't see the Wyatt Six retaining because I don't care about time with titles. I think some people are transitional champions. We're the guy. We don't want to see the Street Profits lose this way to these people because we want to save that for a different time or blah 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 blah. So we'll have this team or this person come in and they're just transitional. We're here to move the belt from one person to another, and that's it. I don't want to say anything crazy. I'm not going to say it, but there's been a few transitional championships in WWE history, and there's no shame in it because again, you still carry the company for you didn't carry the company, but you helped in the pushing of the carry. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I get
I
it.
don't want to say his name because he passed away.
But the other
I
thing to
gotta say,
consider, I mean, the other thing to
Sid,
consider with this match is that they had the numbers advantage too. It's no DQ. The other Y members were there also, and they did play a factor in that match.
I ain't gonna lie, I hated that shit. You have six tag teams. So then we got everyone who's got a female manager or a female person, go ahead and get your spot in. Oh, we gotta have fucking Uncle Howdy get his spot in. Mandible clawing the shit out of people for no reason. I mean, it was for a reason, but I didn't like that. I thought that was just too much. And
I
and
will
and,
say
and
this. Speaking of managers, and I need to mention this spot. That ladder bump Candice LeRae took. Holy shit. I've
that
never
was
seen I
no
don't think
shit
I've
too,
ever seen a ladder break in half before.
bro. She went from the middle of the ring to the outside of the ring through a ladder. Nobody to help the fall, and she took it straight to the ribs.
Did it hit the ribs? Because when I saw the
Uh huh.
replay, it almost looked like she hit her knee. I couldn't tell.
Her knee, like depending on how she was folded up as she was falling, but she took it like chest, breast, stomach, side, going down. And if her knees were raised up towards her chest, then she took it to the knees first. But on a quick view of how we were sitting, she took it to the like straight because when she was laid out flat, she was like, oh, like laid, and the ladder smashed in half, and she's in the middle of it. Uh, Salute to her, man. That was the bump of the night. That was
It
the bump of both nights.
that what
There was nothing worse than that.
the second one for me after that was when I got the guy's name in Fraxium who has the mask when he did the
Oh,
Spanish fly through the table
there's
on
Nathan Frazier and Axiom. That's Axiom.
Axiom. So when Axiom did the Spanish fly on, I can never remember this
Um,
guy's name.
not Carm. I was Chad. Chad, not Chad Dawkins. Chad Dawkins, the boxer. Andrew Dawkins.
Angelo Dawkins, yeah. He hit the Spanish
Yeah,
fly on Angelo Dawkins. That looked crazy. And I think Angelo did not get up after that spot.
Bro, how could he? I'm not mad at him for that
No,
because he had
and
to
I
put a lot
appreciate
of
him.
effort to flip like
Yeah.
that.
No, I appreciate that he did it. That sold it even more.
Bro, Axiom's a small guy. And here's where size, when you have these acrobats like this, you're pulling moves like this, size don't matter because bro, I'll say it like this. Hell of a match. TLC was crazy, and I'm pissed. This should be proof to the WWE. Street Profits need to be on tag, on more PLEs. But that SmackDown tag division, go ahead and do like the women's and take the WWE men's tag titles and merge them and just have one team because the SmackDown side is cooking. Those 6 teams are all from SmackDown.
Yeah, it's crazy how much of a night and day difference that tag division is from SmackDown and Raw. It's a crazy difference.
It, you would just add the War Raiders,
New Day,
guess I guess yeah, the New Day, Grayson Waller and them I guess are done. What's the other one? Is it Los
Finn,
Garza over there?
Los
Los
Garza is still
Garza
there,
is over there.
and then you got the Judgment Day, Finn and JD.
And you got you add those 4 to those 6, that's 10 teams. You have competitive now. It's competitive. It's competitive as hell. And that's without makeshifting teams. You don't have to just throw 2 people together like you do. No, you got 10 legit teams. Pretty Deadly wasn't even involved.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So you got a deep tag team. Um, oh man, I can't even think of the team. Shit. There's another team I'm thinking of on SmackDown that wasn't involved. Well, that who cares? They
On
probably
SmackDown,
or maybe I'm bugging. No, I think they were all because MCM was in there. MCM, Motor City Machine Guns was in there.
yeah,
Wyatt, uh, Fraxium, Street Profits. Uh, oh shit, where are the other 2? I'm gonna have.
DIY.
Oh yeah, DIY. Salute to them too. And and there was still a 6th one.
Yeah. That's the thing with these
No, the New
matches.
Day and Los Garza is not SmackDown.
Yeah, yes, Los Garza wasn't even in that match.
They're on Raw.
No, they're not. They're on SmackDown.
Oh, Los Garza. Then who's the team with the LW? They used to be LWO.
That's
Or
just LW.
maybe I'm.
They're separate. They're separate. But Los Garza is SmackDown.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. There's some Spanish dudes. Somebody help me on Raw.
No, it's LWO, but I don't remember their names. It's one of them is Dragon Lee. I don't remember the other 2.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is just gonna confuse all the Spanish homies today. Um. Okay. Who cares what their name is? Dragon Lee and some.
You see, I'm just saying we remember Dragon Lee. We can't remember the other 2 in LWO.
Yo, Dragon. It's somebody. Goddamn it. We gonna get to the bottom of this. Somebody gonna have to chat GPT. American made. Rashad for life. Real Rashad. Salute to you. American made. That's a whole nother.
Oh yeah, the Creed brothers. They would
Bro,
have went crazy in that
they
match,
would have.
man.
Your tag division, you combine that to one is solid. You don't have to. You don't have to fuck around. You don't have to mess around at all with. Let's take Randy Orton and team. No, you don't got to do that. Mm-mm. You got about 12 to 13 tag teams that legitimately. And then if the Usos get back together, that could always happen. You seen the Hardys versus the Dudleys is happening in TNA.
Yeah,
If TNA brings it the tag teams to WWE for one last run or any specialty matches, no one's gonna complain. No one's
yeah.
to see what.
I do gotta speak on something. Speaking of the Hardys and the Dudleys,
Oh, do
I
it, do
think
it,
they
do
were
it.
doing like a little history thing with TLC matches, and they were mentioned. I did not like that they removed Edge and Christian.
Because neither one of them are under contract.
I
That's
get, I,
why.
I
That's the
get,
only
I
reason.
get it. I do, but that's still your history. And it's not like they were controversial. I had like a bad person, like anything else, personality or outside of wrestling. You could have still shown that, and they're a key factor in it.
100%. Yeah.
Like,
Nothing. No comment to make for me. Um, no comment to make for me because when you say that, you're right.
yeah,
But what they don't want to do is spread light on AEW.
I get it.
That's what they don't want to do. They're adamant about it. They run against their PLEs with the NXT PLEs all the time to try to steal and make. They want. It's not even just to steal fans and stuff. It's also to because they're never going to put their main roster PLEs against AEW. At least not for the time being. The reason NXT is because that's what they feel they're comparable to. Just like TNA. There's a reason why TNA ain't going up against the main roster. Every time it has been a squash match. Joe Henry versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania was a squash match, 6 minutes. They should have went for at least 16 minutes, and they should have had some back and forth. They would have looked strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So but again, that TLC match, fire,
Oh,
fire.
and there was another spot I thought that was very slick because I've never seen anyone do this before. You
Do
remember with
tell.
DIY, um, Tommaso Ciampa, he was hanging, trying to get the belts. I
Oh,
think it was someone in Fraxium trying to spear him. This dude, like
pulled
Spider
up,
Man, pulls up. Like what? I've never seen no one do that.
bro. Whoo, fire.
That man be in the gym.
Yeah, he was hanging for a little bit too.
Yeah,
And he was trying to like pull up and twist, and salute to Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah, when I said it in my head, I thought of Ron Killings. Um, Excellent match. I look forward to this. I hope the WWE gets it right with that tag team division because all they got to do is treat it like the women's, and you can make a WWE make the undisputed tag. And if you really want to wild out, go get the NXT, the TNA tag champs in it because that's the Hardys. And if you do a triple threat for the undisputed, just say the wrestling tag, the undisputed wrestling championship. What?
excuse me.
Why is it not called? Oh, it's two companies merging belts with two different brands of smack, and it's the Hardys. You sold the arena, bro.
Yeah,
When you if you was in the building or you watched on TV, when they announced the Dudleys before that match, crazy pop. But when they announced the Hardys, the fucking building was shaking, bro. People love the Hardys. Like absolutely adore the Hardys. And for good reason.
yeah.
For good reason. They put their heart and soul. I remember when they were jobbers and you didn't know who the hell they were. They just came in on Saturdays on Superstars and got beat up by name talent. That's what they were. So salute to them and everything they got going on, bro. I hope to see it. Excellent TLC match. The Wyatt Six retained. We'll see what they do with them. Um, but moving on, Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria.
Mm,
I like the match.
you
It
did
sucks they because what was the stipulation for? It was a street fight. It was a no count out.
the
Big turn.
stipulation.
WWE.
The
Yeah.
stipulation was basically a street fight, and the stipulation was if Lyra lost, she can't challenge for the IC belt while Becky's still
Yes.
champion.
Hey.
So I'm gonna say this about the match. I did not like this match. I did not like this match.
Brother.
There is no way anyone can convince me this match is anywhere near as good or better than the last two matches they've done.
Can I raise my hand and speak?
I mean, go ahead. If you can convince me, go ahead.
I'm not gonna totally disagree with you, but I thought this match was the most entertaining of their matches because the stipulations, because the zip tying. and how far they took it on this big stage.
See, the zip tie pissed me off, and I'm gonna tell you why it pissed me off. There were so many times that zip tie came off of Lyra's hands, and she had to put it back on, and I was getting vexed.
I couldn't see all that from where, brother. Let me go look at my photos.
But I'm telling you, bro, because when Becky did it, it wasn't like she completely tied her to it. There was still some room, but it kept coming off a couple of times, or it was close to coming off, and Lyra had to keep putting it back on.
Yeah, I, I, yo, that match got Mike McCullough. Yo, it's funny. Me and my plus one was talking about that. That match got a lot of run.
It did.
They really, I'm not gonna say they dragged it out, but 5 minutes shorter would have been good. 5 minutes shorter would have been better. Not
I,
saying
I
it was
yeah.
too long, too short. Well, I will say it was too long. It started to get a little boring, even though it was with excitement. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. It was pat with excitement to the point where you're like, oh, okay, okay, let's get to a winner here. Let's get to a winner. And I think the wrong person won, Becky Lynch, and still because you had a run it from Bailey, who went to save Lyra and ends up costing her the match. Well, I guess the right person won that shit.
I
Because now
mean,
you're gonna have a Bailey.
for
Hmm?
me, because of how they did it, it was the right way to go about it. If Becky was gonna win, because remember when Bailey had her match with Becky on Raw for the IC belt, Lyra cost her that match.
Mm.
Now it spins around. Bailey cost Lyra the match. Granted, by accident, it wasn't her intention, but now the karma hit.
Okay. 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 That makes a lot of sense. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Should I move my damn thing? Mhm.
But I do think a Bailey heel turn is gonna happen maybe sooner than we think. Because they have been teasing it pretty strongly, especially in this match. They did tease it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's gotta happen. I just don't know if the people are that into it anymore for her.
I think when it does happen, they will be. Because in hindsight, it does make sense. She's getting frustrated by not winning any big matches.
Bro, she's starting to look like Rusev before he left.
Yeah,
Rusev was a monster at one point, boy, and then Rusev couldn't get a dub. Solo Sikoa, after he beat John Cena at WrestleMania, he couldn't get a dub. He
yeah.
lost like 40 straight matches. Like,
In
damn,
fact,
that
was Bailey in the Royal Rumble?
Bailey was in the Rumble.
Okay, so look at it through Bailey's perspective. She didn't win the Rumble. She missed out on WrestleMania because Becky took her out.
Right.
And every other match after that, she hasn't really been winning anything major, and she's currently on a pretty bad losing streak. And she couldn't even
Mm.
get make, and she couldn't even make it to SummerSlam. So in the back of, if you're Becky in the back of your head, that's fucking with you right now.
Hey, I rock with that. I think that might be yeah, okay. All right. Let me ask. No, I don't want to ask. I just think this Becky Lynch, she wins, she goes on. Do you have anything in the cards for her right now? Or do you think she cools off for a little bit and they kind of just stumble into something? Because there's a
Uh,
person I would like to see her wrestle. And again, um, I don't know why. I look at American Made as a team that's been getting the short end of the stick. Ivy Nile.
I would like Ivy Nile. Honestly, I wanted Ivy Nile to beat Lyra earlier when she was facing her for it because at that time she was the only woman in that whole roster for Raw that was actually
Uh-huh.
passionate about wanting that belt.
Yes. Yes.
So I wouldn't be mad
You're
at
right.
Ivy. And I seen her on Instagram. She got a new hairstyle, got her hair out, looking looking a little way better now. Hey, she ready for some camera time.
Now she's ready for some camera time. We all like some camera time. Um, okay, moving forward a little bit. Here's where I got some questions. Next match was a steel cage match for the U.S. Championship. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu.
I
How you felt?
was I was disappointed in this match.
Highly disappointed.
I was disappointed in
And
this
it was
match.
short. You gave us 20 minutes of Becky versus Lyra, and it felt like 10 to 15 minutes of Jacob and Solo. Worst match of the night, in my opinion. Mike, 100%. It
Yeah,
was the week.
yeah. I might
It
have to.
was the week.
Yeah, I might have to agree with that. Because even though I didn't like Becky and Lyra, I don't think it was a bad match. I just think it was
No.
the weakest of the three they've done, but it was still a good match. But this one, you know what this match did for me? I don't want any more blood MFT bloodline matches after this. Like I'm done.
Yeah, it feels like now it's getting played out. I remember when they said the bloodline can go for so many more years without Roman Reigns.
The bloodline died after Mania 40.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when okay, you did the Netflix premiere, Solo versus Roman Reigns. One match for the Ulafala. That was it. We haven't spun the block. Roman hasn't had to go at Jacob. Remember they did the stare off in the steel cage where Roman closed the door? Like all of that seems like it's gone.
Yeah,
Roman's wrestled 4 matches this year. Jacob Fatu, I'm not saying he's losing steam, but as a babyface, he's all right. He's good. He's
yeah,
still a world title
yeah.
prospect. He's still, champion, mid-tier champion prospect, anywhere you want to put him. But it's not the same sting as when he was the villain talking crazy.
Like when he was the
It's not the
enforcer.
same thing. Him dapping everybody up, and it's not the same sting. And no pun intended about Sting, the wrestler, but it's not the same. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
so I feel like Jacob is losing steam, to be honest.
and I think it's because he has not done anything outside of the bloodline. We got to see him in something different.
I think we got to see him. You're right. So now you got Tamatonga, Tongaloa. You got to just kick Solo out and make the Tongans and make that a thing. But the Tongans will eventually fade into obscurity, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because no one.
Tama Tonga
Yeah,
Loa is not good. He's not good.
to me, the best one out of them is Tama, and Tama's still. I think Tama's still injured.
I think he's still injured, but Tama. I hate the fact that he might fade into obscurity because you can do a lot with him. He
You can.
sells well.
He has the
Tom,
best cat. He's got the best personality and character out of the
yeah,
Tongans.
I agree. I agree. Tala Tonga is tall, big, yo, and then we ain't even talking about JC. He already done fucking fell off. WWE gotta stop buying people just to buy him. Like we get it, you got money, bro. Why you get a Mercedes Benz C43 AMG? I'm not saying anyone has one of those, but if you did, why you get that when you already got the Bentley, this the E45, the E50? You got an E class, bro. You don't need the C class. You got the E class.
Yeah.
Shit. But
Yeah.
that's just me. Tonga is 7 foot for nothing if you're not going to use him right. I wouldn't even make him a Tongan. Just bring him in as his own person. You don't use Nia Jackson in the bloodline. I get it, she's a female, but Tonga may suffer because now we're looking at all these bloodline people that What we doing with him? So I don't know, bro. I thought that match was the worst match of the night. I
Yeah,
thought it was the
and then,
worst match of SummerSlam nights.
yeah, and
And
then
then
they do. Yeah, go ahead.
Jacob doing the spot after from off the top of the cage.
I was just
That
gonna
should
say
have been
that.
done during the match, and that should have led to Solo's escape and Jacob being like, "What?" And that's when he's like, "I need help." Not losing clean, and then
Another thing this match did, it made Jacob, and no shade to Jacob, no disrespect to him, but it made Jacob look stupid. He could have been left that cage a while ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The match was bad, bro, all the way around. And I blame WWE for that for starting to kill characters
Yeah,
because we should have got a rough affair. We should have got 25 minutes of Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. When who sell? I think look at the merch time and the reactions and say, okay, Jacob draws attention. She still does, but who draws more? Jacob. Okay, we're gonna get Becky 25 minutes. No, we're gonna get Becky 20 minutes, and we're gonna take this 15-minute match and turn it to 20. So it's 2020. This is how we're gonna cut it short, and this is how we're gonna extend this one. And that's what we, you know what I'm saying? Because again, that match was short. I couldn't even the way he got out the cage was crazy. It just was like, what? That's it?
yeah. I
Oh
did laugh
hell
at
no.
it. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed how he fell, but I was really like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's what we said. Even my plus one was like, that's it. Yeah. Anyway, yo, but then the night starts to heat up, and there's two matches left. The night heats up. Woo! AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Can't, you know what I'm saying? And go, oh, and he takes on the man who's white hot right now, Dom Mysterio. Tell me how you feel about this match, Dom, the whole nine.
So for me, this was a
Yeah,
great
Michael Cole, that
match.
was crazy.
This was a great match, and I want to ask you this since you were in the building. How was
Let's
that
go,
crowd? How was the crowd when Dom came out?
white hot. When he won and when he lost. I mean, when he won and when he lost. What an idiot. When he came out and when he won. They were white hot when AJ came out, though, in that low ride.
I want that shirt. I actually like that shirt. Styles Heat.
Yeah,
That's a fire shirt.
yeah, yeah. That, hey, salute to this is where WWE gets it right. Right? Like we just talked about a bad match. We're like, ah, they're killing. Here's where they're getting it right. Dom beating AJ does a lot for Dom. I would have liked to see AJ get a win. Been cool. But after that AAA pop Dom got, hell no. You don't take the belt off that man. You gotta keep that man white hot. White hot. Oh my god. Dom can say I beat AJ. Where does AJ fall? AJ's in a lot of people's top tens, bro. You look at current roster, AJ's in a lot of top tens, and I just beat him.
Yeah. And you know what?
Hey,
I appreciated a lot of the Eddie Guerrero references in this match.
hmm I do too, bro. Even AJ Styles coming out with the lowrider and Latino heat gear kind of shit. Like,
Yeah.
and wasn't that his son in the car?
I think so. I think that was his oldest son.
Yeah. Hint, hint. Dom is Rey Mysterio's son. And I feel like it's like, hey, you might see AJ's son in a few years. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Oh yeah, AJ had his son in the car with the hair dyed blonde, like baby Dom 20 years ago. Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm
Facts. Like,
saying that was a hit. That was a sneaky mind game he was doing.
dog, this match was done well from start to finish, lead up to when AJ was sweeping the floors and mopping and shit. You ain't cleared yet? You ain't clear yet? Hey,
Yeah.
when he hit that doctor up first, like, does it still burn when he pees? Yo, AJ was bugging, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
Um,
But
AJ
this is
didn't
also
look
what I
beat.
mean with this match and Sammy and Carrion. Both were singles matches because there was still
Right.
DQ in that IC match, but it was still much more fun of a match.
Yes. Yes. 100%. 100%. I'm about to go back in my photos. Man, let me see, where was Dom?
Yeah, they went crazy.
It was just a crazy pop all around.
You know?
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Yeah, I do think with Dom, he doesn't lose that belt until they're ready to break up the Judgment Day.
And people was waiting for him to come out. And them not seeing him come out until that lowrider pulled up, it was like, oh snap, brother. Oh snap. So man, why do these people keep sending me these Mercedes Benzes? I looked at a Mercedes Benz once. Ooh. We gonna stop. We gonna stop looking at these Benzes. Um, where does Dom go from here? Because I think the AJ thing is over. Or do you think AJ comes back and requests another shot somehow, some way?
I think AJ gets another shot. Cause I know after the show, when they were doing the the after show promos and all that,
Yeah.
AJ gave AJ gave Dom his credit for winning the match, but he also kind of made it clear like I'm gonna try to earn that opportunity again.
Mm.
So we could see another match.
I won't be mad at it, but I don't want to see it at a PLE. If we do, I guess it'll be Clash of Paris because that's at the end of the month.
If they, if it's at Clash in Paris, I think AJ wins it because just like last year in Paris, they love AJ out there.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
love that man out there. It's gonna be that might be an overwhelming pop he gets again.
it'd be interesting to see if Dom gets what, because you know what I'm saying. Because Dom has matured a lot, but you're right. They love AJ over there. I
He
remember he went
has,
against Cody Rhodes.
and I was just gonna say that with the Cody match, and Cody is one of the bigger stars there. I think his plus was louder than Cody's, minus like Cody's theme song. AJ got a lot of love that night, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, a lot of love. Um, I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to, but Dom is your winner, and still,
Yeah,
and
and
then
shout out to Dom because he's been getting better and better in ring.
yes,
He's been getting a
yes,
lot
matches
better.
are great. 478 dot underscore Mari. What up? What up? We see you in the chat on Instagram, good brother. He says AJ Styles the GOAT. I'm gonna disagree with you on that, but it's still a good pick. I can't,
He said,
you look at the whole
who's the goat?
for TNA,
He said
huh?
AJ Styles the goat.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the
That's
goats.
just GOAT, huh?
I think he's one of them.
No.
If we might, okay, I might have to do a little AJ video with his resume to combat
You
that.
got okay. If you got to say how many goats we put on this list? 10, fit 5, a Rushmore 4.
I mean,
If you say
if
okay, give me a
right
number.
now, I'm saying 10.
10, and you're saying AJ all time.
I think the argument can be made.
Okay, I'll go with you on that. There is an argument that AJ could be in your top 10.
Yeah,
I don't
like you
think
got to
he's
give me
higher than 7, which is still an honor. You're talking about all time wrestlers,
no all
and
time.
you
No, that's
slide
not.
AJ in there
Yeah,
7, 8, or 9 or 10. I think that
yeah. I think
okay.
that argument can be made.
I think it can be. I think it can be. I think you're right. I think it can be. Damn. I think you're right. You add in his whole body of work.
Yeah, because you got to look at it. There's a reason why people say he's the Bret Hart of this generation.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. 100%. There's a lot of people that definitely have that fantasy match. Him and Sean, him and Brett, him and yeah. Listen, woo. Okay, we ain't doing the goat conversation though. This is not
No,
that. But
that's for another time.
that's for another time. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely a conversation that should get had. But now we move into the main event. You know what I'm saying? The main event of night two. You know what I'm saying?
So we
I'm
gotta
gonna bring up third after we get into 'cause we already I don't want it to ruin what
okay. Oh wait, we get into the main event right now?
you get into the main event
No.
right now,
Wait,
sir.
I gotta hold on. I gotta guess something. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold
okay,
on.
okay.
Hold up.
We're gonna let him grab something. Hey, I'm about to bring you up. You already know. I just know something was discussed beforehand, so
Okay.
I'm gonna let my man's do this. I'm gonna do mine, and let me see what he's talking about
All
over
right,
here.
all right. About to pop up now. Hold up.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
The real new champ is right
You know
here.
what? I like that. I like that. I like that. That's good. Saying because you did that, God, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you ain't the only one that can pop up. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hey,
just gonna
you wait for that part to hit. Oh yeah. Don't wait for HP to come back. I have to get this belt out for the new champion. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into this match. We're just gonna wait for HP to pop up, see what he's gonna bring. Let me see. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, baby. We're gonna do it,
Hey.
baby. Ah man. And hey, and it seems like I ain't come alone, god damn it. Cause bong, you know what I'm saying? The greatest healing podcast wrestling has officially jumped in the chat. You know what I mean?
I almost left. I almost left. Because you can't see what this poster is right here. That is the Ice Cube Today Was a Good Day poster. And today was a good day till I saw Gamage pull out that foolishness.
Mm,
Almost left.
mm, mm.
Almost left. But I ain't going to do it. I'm glad I just tuned in. Because I'm not sure if I could handle Gamage and his takes today. But while we wait
Hey,
for
just
Gamage and I catch up with y'all real quick, I want to say shout out to everybody who checked out the new project. Lunch Table Loners is streaming everywhere right now. And we had a great weekend down in the boot. Got another. Look, I'm collecting convention badges, entertainer badges like Infinity Stones out here. So shout out to everybody at Louisiana RetroCon for having us. I had a good time. I had a great weekend. So again, everybody that streamed the project, stream it. Good time until I saw Gamaj do what he just did. Now we back at it.
Hey, hey, hey.
Nah. Me and you already
Cody.
got an issue. Me and you
Look,
already got an issue. We could.
tonight there will be no Cody
You
slander.
was you. I
There will be
almost
no
asked
Cody
them to kick
slander.
you out the group chat when you put that in
Hey,
the group chat. The real goat.
hey,
Real.
hey. Look, I got the files, man. But for today,
And
I'm
then
smoking on that Cena pack today. You
get
heard?
and Gamaj went so far as to see Mama Rose and wear Cody's robe. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm snitching. I don't like you right
Hey,
now, Gamaj. We're gonna
hey,
get
hey,
into it. But what a real go. Define real. What is
hey,
real? What is real? Let's
hey,
we know what happened in
this
the
ain't no
match.
real
Define
chance of
real.
Hollywood or real I love New York shit either. We don't want that one. We want
CGI, AI, Allen I. Well, define real goat.
Lakers in five. But I know this. There was a hell of a match night two. John Cena, Cody Rhodes. I think it was kind of off to a slow start a little bit. First 5 minutes might have been a little feel each other out, let's feel this crowd out. But I think they did it. I think they delivered a solid match, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit by the end of that 30 minutes, I was like, yo, who winning? I don't know. I don't know. And I gotta give it up. I gotta say it. Even though I'm wearing this shirt because guess what? I like that John Cena turned back. You know what I'm saying? Seemed like he turned back the hands of times. But right now, there is and new.
HP, why you gotta do that? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta disrespect the Anu like that?
There is a new.
It's
There is a new.
disrespectful.
Damn. This was actually pulling for Cena at one point. Low key. Like was pulling for
You know
Cena,
what's
bro.
crazy? Soon as Cody won, here's two crazy things about
See my
the
camera
Cody
back?
Rhodes win, right?
It's almost back.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Hold on, what's going on here? Why everybody dipping? Am I frozen? Are y'all frozen? I don't know who freezing. Tap in, tap in. Let's see who's. Oh shit. Okay, so we got some drops. We got some internet. It's interneting. You know what I'm saying? And it's always good. The Gamaj, you're on mute. You're on mute. I see Archie moving like a motherfucker.
Can you hear me?
Gamaj,
My
I
mama
hear you.
called me. I gotta be nice to Gamage.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
but
You hear me? Am I good?
From Mama Carter. Mama Carter called
over
me,
here.
said, be nice to Gamage.
Mm, mm.
So I ain't gonna say nothing negative to Gamage.
That's look.
But
That's why I put. Look,
the
that's why. Look,
crazy thing about
That's
Cody's
why I put the
win,
belt away. Calm down.
the crazy thing about the Cody's win was they already stepped on it.
I
They
wouldn't
already
say that.
stepped on it. Huh?
I wouldn't say that.
You don't
I
think
think his
Brock's
win.
return is a bigger moment
Well,
than Cody winning?
yeah, Brock's return is a bigger moment,
So they stepped
but
on Cody's
I think
win.
no, I don't think because Cody's moment was entirely celebrated. Like
So what you
the
think
fans
people
said the
tuning in
same
for to
thing.
see what Cody say or what Brock do?
Well, one, nobody knew Brock was coming. By the time Brock came out, Cody's celebration was over, complete, and John Cena was left in the ring. So I don't think it was a step on whatsoever because again, you got a complete celebration. And my man was in the back. And there's like a gap of time. And then John Cena's the guy supposed to walk out. And guess what? We get some new music. It ain't new. It's just the return. And RJ just put it out there. Yeah, the beast returns. The
But here we
fucking beast
said
incarnate is
Vince
back.
McMahon Wrestling 101. People always remember the finish. That and I'm not. It's no not to Cody. WWE been doing that for the past 2 years, bro. They brought Randy back. They stepped on it. They've been bringing people back and kind of giving a moment in a moment, if that makes sense. And I think
Well, I think the
that
Randy one was more of a step on because they just won the match. They were still celebrating, and the
Yeah.
new music hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the what? Like,
yeah,
oh snap! Like the Cody wasn't even on the ramp at all. Like he was in the back. He might have been already with his wife and in gorilla position taking pics by the time Brock's music hits. So I don't think it's a step on at all. I think it's just you
they
know what I'm
could have did
saying.
it
We're bringing
tonight.
well, I feel like there's a way to step on a return, like Randy Orton celebrating in the ring his win, his first match back in 18, 17 months, whatever it was, and all of a sudden new music hits versus what happened with John C. John's music. John was set to walk out and do his thing. and then we got it. You know what I'm saying? Even like a night one situation with Punk. Punk's music was playing and then it stopped. We're stopping this right fucking now, and now we're gonna have something new. If that would have happened, I think it would have stepped on Cody's win.
Man, I don't
But
know. It's just the old school wrestling fan in me think the title change should be the biggest moment. Cause that's what wrestling is about, right? The title. That should be the moment. But sometimes you have bigger moments. It was crazy. I'm gonna give Cody his props. My mama called me, said, play nice. So I'm gonna play nice. Gamage.
Mm.
Real go. Real.
Gamaj, how you felt about the match overall?
Hey, to get, look to get. Let me say this, because this is why I give Cena credit. Uh, This is the best match he's had, in my opinion, in years.
Okay.
Like what match? Well, just for this year, has he had a match better than this performance
No,
wise?
no, no.
I mean, he had to carry Cody, so he had to make
Uh,
Cody look good.
maybe him versus Randy. Him versus Randy might
Cena
be.
Randy was tough.
Yeah, him versus Randy was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
See,
I ain't gonna
I could understand that one. The nitpick I had with the Randy one is that it was too much of Randy giving finishers and then Cena only doing
lie.
like one or two. Well, with this one, it was like you got Super Cena and Super Cody. Like it was like nonstop from back and forth.
I wish somebody would have hulked up. I was waiting for it. I thought Cena was gonna do it, to be honest. Maybe I'm happy no one did.
Nah, you
I
even got
do
to
think
hulk up. You could just do the finger point. People would have got it. Because Logan Paul did
that
a
too.
horrible leg drop. That leg drop Logan Paul did was terrible.
But
This-
but I think and to Archie's credit, yeah, even the finger point or something. Because it's funny how Cena turned face immediately following the death. Like
yeah,
the
it
next
could have
time
been
we
a
see him,
finger point. It could have been a simple a shirt rip. It's all subtle, but
right,
and
right.
but bro, it was an instant. Okay, we talked about the match. What we said, what we thought, right? The Cena heel turn was it necessary? Was it wasted? We could have got here without that, right?
It was wasted, but I blame like the whole
Fuck.
Travis and Rock situation for that also.
Yeah, like that's not fair. It's a perfectly fair question, but it's also not fair because Cena did his part. You know what I mean? It's just them other guys. One guy going on, we didn't have nothing planned. They were watching Unreal. You damn sure did have some shit planned. Y'all are talking about this.
Oh, see, I didn't even
So
watch that show. I didn't want to get pissed off.
Me neither. I didn't watch it either.
I didn't want to get pissed off. Then when I heard Jay Uso talking, it made me less interested.
that's funny as fuck.
No, I'm saying
The
I didn't
fact
want
he even
to.
stood up with a straight face is even more funny, but
I wasn't
I
joking.
recommend all fans watch it. And I
No,
was gonna do
because he was talking about your boy was not hungry. This, and he was like he was the focal point of a big part of that, and I was like, I don't want to see that. Like that's not that's not interest to me. That's not interesting or entertaining. And I was like, I don't want to. I just want to hold on to as much. It's like my hair. I want to hold on to as much kayfabe as I can.
okay. You know, it's funny when you say that. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to go behind this. I don't want to hear how you guys came to the decision to Jey Uso should win the Rumble versus Punk, and how it just took one person on the fuck 'em train to derail it. You know what I mean? Like we used to have that saying in the Navy, like don't catch the fuck 'em train. The fuck 'em train is when one person be like, man, fuck him. All of a sudden, everyone's like, yeah, you know what? He's the worst, and blah blah, and everyone just rides that out without ever saying, well, what did he actually do, or blah 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 blah. Right? Um, yeah. When you say it like that, Archie, okay, that's fair
Yeah,
because
I
again,
mean, because
the
people
business.
talking about things is it's supposed to get you excited about it. It's promo. You're supposed to want to tune in. I did not want to watch that. Like, and nothing about it was
Mm,
intriguing to me.
yeah. The only thing I saw
I'll
from that, like a snippet of what the original Mania 41 card was supposed to be. I saw that and I got pissed. I'm like, okay, I don't want to watch this.
yeah, that's a little yeah, I get it. It can be a little bit much. I watched it. We'll talk about that later. But let's get back to this Cody and John and Brock. Brock comes out. What is next? Okay, I put in the group chat. For all those that don't know, John Cena only has so many appearances left.
Yeah, but they're saying 4 months. How they gonna stretch that out over 4 months? It's crazy.
I should just download it and put it on the screen. That would be even easier.
Here's my
Um,
thing. You said, I said the heel turn. You said it wasn't his fault. I've been saying for months, and Brock Lesnar's return confirmed it for me that I was right. I said John Cena. It didn't feel like he wanted to do any of the stuff he was doing because he wasn't fully invested. We wasn't getting John Cena. He was just kind of there. Then him calling R-Truth to be part of it. Now, we hearing him requesting Brock. It's like, yo, what y'all was doing, I wasn't with, I didn't like, or it wasn't working for me, so I'm doing my thing now. So it's like it just felt like he was never fully
which one is it?
invested in any of it.
Yeah, which one is it? I
And they could have did
all right.
all this without the heel turn and without the title. It could have just been, yo, Randy Orton, CM Punk, whoever else he wrestled, just don't like John Cena that much to where they want to tarnish his reputation on the way out.
Mm.
That's it. Because if
Here's
he's just
here's his
revisiting old rivalries, what is this? Because in the group chat, I said, it's WrestleMania 30 all over again. I was at 30. What happened? Brock Lesnar returned to F5 John Cena.
yeah. He always picks on John Cena. That's not the only time he came back and fucked with John Cena, bro. Every time he comes back, he goes directly at John Cena. But here's his dates. So now we're looking at SmackDown, consecutive 3 straight weeks. Clash in Paris on the 31st. So it's basically like we're gonna get John Cena every Friday until the end of August. He'll come back right after that to the next SmackDown. He'll do a Raw. Then he's gone till Crown Jewel. Then
That's a month.
Survivor Series.
That's
Then
a month.
retirement match.
So we're getting him 1, 2, 3, 4 times in August, twice in September, once in November, once in October, once in November.
Hey, them Septembers are like back to back. Cause SmackDown, then Clash in Paris 31st, then a week later on SmackDown on the 5th. It's like that's
It's
all
1 week.
consecutive.
It's 1 week of
Yeah.
work.
Week. Raw, then Crown Jewel a month. Bro, this schedule looks horrible, bro. To me, to be honest.
So he's gonna
As a
show
wrestling
up
fan.
this week. Then we're not gonna see him for 2 weeks. See him for like 2 weeks straight. Then they go to Paris. Yeah, yeah.
Clash in Paris seems like the last build up. Everything after that won't be no build up. It won't be no build up. What's he gonna do on SmackDown and Raw? If he's because remember he talks. He just talks.
Yeah,
So
this is
Crown
not
Jewel's
this
a
is
match.
not wrestling matches. This is
So Crown Jewel probably
so
a
we're
match.
looking at one,
Survivor
two,
Series.
three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 appearances. Out of those nine
I only think there's 4
appearances,
matches left in there.
that's what I'm saying. It's 9 appearances.
Yeah.
4 of those are PLEs. Well, 3 PLEs, one retirement matches. I'm figuring gonna be a PLE or something, right? So he got nine
Right.
appearances, 4 PLEs. So 9 appearances, maybe 4 matches left.
At most, yeah. I'm not happy with this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not happy with it. I think that's bullshit. When you first announced John Cena's retirement tour, I thought it was gonna be um, a little bit more than what we got. A lot
John
more than what we
Cena
got. I thought
saying, "I don't have to wrestle. I just have to show up," was a nail in the coffin for this. John Cena not being present is a nail in the coffin for this. John Cena calling an audible on the original plan is a nail in the coffin for this. And it's just not the way you want to go out. And I think he's like, you know what? It's not going the way I want to go. I'm gonna steer it the way I want to steer it. And hopefully he'll be able to give us something we into because the heel turn was cool. Then that cooled off real quick because it was too many loose ends. Travis Scott was a loose end. I don't know where Dwayne at. Dwayne is somewhere Dwayne in, making a movie in the jungle in the buildings with Kevin Hart somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. And then it's Unreal behind the scenes. What's it called? What's the name of the show?
Unreal, unreal.
Unreal,
Unreal.
yeah.
That's a nail in the coffin because I'm sure there's gonna be some things we see on there that we're like, what? And
Yeah.
Triple H.
No,
Triple H. I said this in the chat. Triple H. I respect you. I like what you're doing, but you are ruining your legacy. Triple H is damaging his legacy and reputation because one thing Triple H was always, no matter what he did in the ring, no matter his accolades, no matter his achievements, we all thought Triple H was just a cool dude. Your cool got you over with people. You you kind of losing a little bit of that cool with some decisions you're making and some things you're saying. Triple H sit up in them press conferences and just lie. And I hate to say that. We watch this. We can't be watching the same program and he be talking about in the press conferences.
I mean, I don't really know too many people that watch the press conference. To be honest, I tune in from time to time. I know we all see it. They go viral, whatever. But I just tune them out
Yeah.
because
I mean,
they're part of the show.
even in the press conferences, there are things he ignores. Like, normally they'll do the panel, but they're behind the crowd. After SummerSlam, you know how many people were chanting, "We want Cross, we want Cross." He tried to spin
Yeah,
it and say, "You mean you want Brock? You got him." I'm like,
Yeah, we
yeah,
that's
watch,
not
but we
going.
can't be watching
That's
the
not going to
same
work.
thing. Like Triple H, man, we love you, love what you've been doing, but come on, fam. Like that's it. I missed to make the show a little longer. We not trying to do that because I heard Monday Night Raw might be on. I don't know.
yeah. Raw's on. So final thoughts. Final thoughts on SummerSlam Night 2 main event, and then final thoughts on SummerSlam just in general. Just in general. And then we're gonna wrap up because we're gonna be right back here in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Mm,
Oh man, well I don't have no final. I thought this was okay. I mean, that's it.
I mean, same overall. I thought both was okay. If it was one night, you could have just kept night two and maybe take out two matches from night one. Then SummerSlam would have been a lot higher for me
Mm. Uh, I would
because it
like to
ended.
agree
It
with
did
that.
end early too. Like what? That's 2 hours
Before
and some
10 o'clock, it was
change.
like 9:45, 10.
It was some
Uh,
bangers. It was some
Yeah,
good matches. It was some good moments. But I mean, I don't want to deep dive because I missed all that. But I'm pretty sure y'all covered it. I was on the road doing shows, so I
well,
actually
hey,
watched
make
everything
sure y'all hit.
today. I watched everything today. So
Oh shit. Well, shit. I thought it was. I thought out of 1 to 10, 8, and I think both nights main event surprises. I don't want to say saved. Night 2, I don't think needed. Night 2, Becky Lyra's too long. Night 2, Jacob Fatu solo worst match of both nights. Where the fuck is Damian Priest?
told y'all
Uh,
all we was gonna get was Jacob doing a moonsault off the cage.
yeah, you called it. And he didn't even do it during the match. He did it after.
I wish I could go back to that specific point and play the clip. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yikes. Oh man, the Seth Rollins walking out. Well, make sure you hit the notification bell, tap in. We will be back
We'll be back in
later
a few
tonight
hours.
in about 2 hours. I'm gonna go get these wings with this undisputed. I know we got the Cody
Hey,
Rhodes
hey,
joints.
HP. That's a good looking title on your shoulder. Nice T-shirt too. I like nice combination. It looks great.
You
That's great. Nice shirt, nice title. I'm a man. I like merch and titles. I don't know if anybody else on this show likes merch and titles, but what you got on is very, dare I say, goat-ish. Very
it is
goat-ish.
very.
Very
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
goat.
John Cena want me back under his wing this weekend, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't tell fucking Z that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he'll
man.
go
Hey,
crazy.
we'll tap in. We'll be back tonight. Uh, Same time. Notification bell. Hit the like. Hit the share, and we'll see you after the conclusion of Monday Night Raw in about 2 hours.
Yeah,
Peace.
yeah.
Shit, don't play that. Hold on. Oof.
Please don't play
I'm
that.